Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm looking a little bit. It is what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in. If you're coming in on this live, say where you're calling in from. It sounds so 80s or something like that. Where are you in the world? Are you in the States? Are you in another country outside of the States? Are you on the African continent? Where are you? So when you come in and when you see this, make sure you say where you are, who you are, and what is going on with you. Welcome everyone. Tonight is it. This is it. This is the bonus in the series, 3 Keys to Master Work-Life Harmony, Rethinking Work-Life Balance. Rethinking Work-Life Balance. I've been doing this. This is the 4th week. This is the bonus key tonight. This won't be very long, but this is the bonus key this evening on Facebook Live in the group. Now, I want to say to you, if you have missed the 3 other keys, I'm not recapping. So make sure you go, because I asked my assistant not to take them down, but those are in the group. Those of you who are my paying clients, all of these are recorded and put onto your membership site. But again, this series has been called 3 Keys to Master Work-Life Harmony, Rethinking Work-Life Balance. After this series, there's no reason for you to even use the words work-life balance ever again. Yes, I said that. There's no reason for you to ever use that word. It is all about work-life harmony. And I have been in a choir nearly all my life. And one thing I know about harmony is it gels well. Well, you have sopranos, altos, tenors. And there's sometimes where sopranos are a little bit louder and they're more pronounced. There are some times when the alto section is more pronounced. And then there's some songs where the tenors, and nowadays I'm a tenor because my voice is that deep. Yes, it is. And now there are some songs where the tenor voices come out. The harmony is about the blending of them together and making sure they sound good together, but it doesn't mean that they are all equal at the same time. So we should do away with that. Now, as you get a point and as you hear a point, make sure you are putting it in the chat. So today, part 4 is the bonus key. It's called Boundaries and Beyond, Embracing Authentic Choices. Boundaries and Beyond, Embracing Authentic Choices. Queens and Passionistas, those are my paid clients. I'm sorry, you cannot be a Passionista if you don't pay. But anyway, Queens and my Passionistas, you should type in the word boundaries. If you should type in the word boundaries, because over and over again, we as women, we as Black women, a lot of times they have all but disappeared. And as much as I hear women say, oh, I have boundaries, then why are you overwhelmed? You have boundaries, why are you sinking? You have boundaries, why are you saying yes to everybody? You have boundaries, you're not using discernment? So when you're saying boundaries, it's a difference between saying it and doing it. Boundaries are about emotional boundaries, spiritual boundaries, physical boundaries. Let us put it all together. So let's deal with the emotional boundary. The loving way to say no. Listen, that's going to be different for everyone, but I can tell you this, these days, I have an easier time saying no these days than ever in my life. Why is that? Listen to me very carefully. Because I have decided to unapologetically put myself first. Someone type in unapologetic. I see you, Monica, and I see you, Melise. Unapologetically put me first. Do I have kids? Yes, some of you know I have 3 kids. They're grown now. However, even there's been things that have come up that it's like, I found myself going like this. And I said, wait a minute. if I say yes to this, it's going to put me in a certain kind of way. So I need to put me first. Listen, a better me isn't just a better me for me. A better me is a better me for you and you and you. You get a better me. You get a better me. You get a better me, right? The Oprah thing, I'm making a joke out of it, but it's not a joke. When you say putting me first, some of us, how many of you kind of get a twinge? You feel funny. How many of you are still using the word selfish when you put yourself first? If you are, we need to, well, you don't need to do anything. I ask you to consider what that feeling comes up, what that feeling is that comes up and makes you feel like putting you first is being selfish. Because what putting you first does not mean that it's to the detriment of others. If you are giving the last ounce of yourself, even to your kids, how is that helpful for them? How is it, and in numerous ways, what kind of example are you setting? I'm touching on some sensitive places right now. But if I say, this is what I have, and this is what I'll give you, what good am I to my children if I haven't, you know, if I haven't put that first? I'm better for them strong. I love what I'm seeing. Monica, who's one of the Passionistas, is here. And she said, just told my grown daughter that I had to get off the phone with her because I needed to do this live. My turn. She was absolutely great with it. And thank you so much, Monica, for sharing that, because the thing is, what are we teaching them? Even in adulthood, we are teaching our children that they can put themselves too first, so that they could have more to give the world. More of you, and you being better creates also a legacy. There are long-term effects that go beyond your life that come just from you saying the word no. So when you're talking about being selfish, think about, well, what are you being selfish from? The world beyond you? Because saying no might be the empowerment that others need. Spiritually saying no. Folks, some of us are attached to some relationships that are bringing us down. Why? Because we don't have boundaries and we're trying to save everyone. Let me tell you something. Indeed, there are people on this earth that you are put here to empower. There are people on this earth that you are put here to serve. However, even Jesus Christ himself separated and restored himself when it was a bit much. When do you need to separate and put up the spiritual boundary? Many times you don't notice it, and regardless what your religion is, there are times that they'll be like, oh, and Jesus was in the boat sleeping. Well, yeah, he slept. Or he was resting or he retreated to this place to rest, and take that as a lesson. If the Messiah himself had boundaries, I'm talking to someone. If I'm talking to you on the replay or live, just say me. So sometimes we need to assess who is spiritually providing something for me, and who am I spiritually providing something for. In one of my lessons that my Passionista gets, it's called pruning for growth. And I encourage you to do some spiritual pruning for your growth, so that you can move beyond the boundaries. You can embrace your authentic choice. So what do you need to prune spiritually in your life? What do you need to create a boundary for in your spiritual life. And then there is physical boundaries. Physical boundaries, we can take this any type of way, but even in your home, you know, why do we call the man caves all the time? Why are the men getting all the attention? And no offense, this is not a male bashing. I think many of you know I'm not a male basher at all. In fact, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But what is the idea behind the man cave? That is a boundary for that man, because somehow, you know, that's been put that, well, men need their quiet time. You Black woman leader, you Black queen, you passionista, you too need your cave. What does that cave represent? That represents a physical getting away from everything, the noise, the distractions, things that are pulling you beyond your boundaries here and there. So considering, where is your she shed? Someone should write she shed. What is your physical she shed that takes you away from everything? Folks, it is 2023. Everywhere you look, there are distractions, whether it's social media. And quite frankly, I'm not here to demonize social media. Hello, I'm on social media right now. So I'm not here to demonize it. However, what I'm here to do is say to you, what do you need to do to physically separate from it? One of my kids, who was it? Maybe it was my daughter. Was it her? Anyway, one of the social medias at one point, she had just taken the app off her phone. She said, if I want to get on it, then I just make it hard for myself, that I have to go in to the browser and I have to sign back in again. So do you need to do something like that with your social media? Let me tell you, full disclosure, Instagram, I have to sometimes make myself get off, because Instagram, I could be going like this all day. But it's like, no, I have to put it down and put everything to the side. On weekends, I've become so much more better. But physically, what do you need to say no to? What do you need to draw the boundaries on, or draw the boundaries? Where are those areas, whether it's a she shed, whether it's putting the phone down, and we say putting the phone down, not only social media is on the phone, but even communication. Some of you outside of the United States are on different WhatsApp groups that you could be in any given hour. You might have 60 some messages right now. Let's see how many messages there are. In one of my groups alone, one of my groups that I'm in, there is 59 messages right now. In another group I'm in, there are 32 messages. In another group I'm in, there are 36 messages. And in another group I'm in, there are 5 messages. Could this phone keep me caught up? But there comes a certain point in time that I have to draw a line physically. Let me see, what is Monica saying? Monica said, I had to create a she shed in my own house and my children don't even live here. Okay, but this is important, right? And I'm glad you said that, Monica, and whoever else, where is your she shed? And the thing is about this, considering what is that? And sometimes the she shed may not even be a physical place that you go. It may even have to be a physical boundary as far as time that you create. For those of you who have families that are in your house, or different people that maybe even take care of you, you take care of. Some of you have aging parents, and it may be that you have to get up a little bit earlier or go to bed a little bit later, but that's the way you create the time where you can physically be undistracted. So what is it? What do we say? Tonight's title is Boundaries and Beyond, Embracing Authentic Choices. The reason why we're talking about boundaries, and the reason why we say and beyond, because learning how to say no, learning how to create the boundaries can have implications towards a legacy in the future. And I just want to go back to something, the saying no. I want you to, after this call, consider loving ways of saying no. On the receiving end, a person wants to just feel valued. It's not necessarily about you saying yes to everything that they're requesting of you, but it's about a person feeling value, and we can't control what the other people are, the recipients feel, but energy is everything. So I even ask you, as after this call, I ask you to consider, what are loving ways that you can say no, that you are giving the energy, that it's not that you don't value the person or value what it is that they are saying or value what it is that they are asking. However, it may not be for you at this time. And sometimes that may be even the way to say it. This is not for me at this time. And this is talking to a person who receives a lot of no's, a lot of no's. Remember, I'm in business, so I hear a lot of no's. So this has been the fourth key. What are you taking away from tonight, whether it's live or on the replay? What are you taking away? Remember, this series has been called 3 Keys to Master Work-Life Harmony, Rethinking Work-Life Balance. And we don't like that word. And tonight, we've talked about that bonus key, boundaries and beyond, embracing authentic changes. I hope that you've gotten something to consider, to think about, to take you to the next level. I wanted to keep this short. We're at 16 minutes, so I'm going to end it right here. If you have any questions, if this has brought up any insights, those of you who are queens who don't work with me, if you're ready for support to not only help you build boundaries, but even to proceed in your work-life harmony as you go into your next chapter, then simply click on my name and DM me and let us together sit down for 30 minutes and strategize about how your next chapter can look in work-life harmony. I love all of you. I love all of you queens and passionistas, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.